everyone, it's Leanne Wagner from Inky Dink Scrap. Today I'm showing you the collection I've selected for the Collection Obsession series. So last month a whole heap of creators had a great time selecting a collection and sharing the layouts that we made with you, and this is going to be my September choice of collection. So an unusual choice for me because I don't normally buy this particular company's scrapbook supplies, and that is because it's horrendously expensive in Australia. I look at them all the time and I always want to purchase them, but for me it's just like way out of my budget generally. So this particular one I just couldn't resist. I caved. I'm very weak. In Australia, one of these is normally, just for the pad, $60. Have you fainted? You might want to. You might want to have a sit down on a chair. Can you believe we have to pay that much for it? So it is a pad of 40 double-sided sheets, 12 by 12 obviously, 200 GSM, quality papers, quite nice thickness there. This one also has some pearlescent papers in, so some papers with some gloss, sheen and highlight, and you can see there's a bit on the cover there as well actually. But the pearlescent papers are a lighter weight, and I'm assuming that's to keep down the cost of the papers and the paper pad overall. I also got the stamps and a little embellishment pack, which in this case is brass charms. So let's have a look at those first. So these I just couldn't resist. Totally cute, tiny little brass charms. I never buy charms. I was thinking, oh, what are you going to do with those? But these little watering cans really called to me, and I just thought they were the sweetest little thing. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to make with them, but I just love them. So I pop those into my shopping cart. And the other thing is stamps. Now stamps something that I use all the time, and I buy a lot of them. But I only buy ones that I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of. My number one rule with any tools is check the versatility before you purchase it. Can you use it for at least 5 different things in 5 different ways? And for this, for me, I know that I'll use it every year and several times, if not at least 10 times throughout the year. Because my husband is a gardener. This is the Gardeners Delight Premium Collection. And I'm just going to use it all the time. There are gloves. There is a watering can. There is a chicken. We have had chickens. Recently we were babysitting a chicken. Rubber boots. There's a beetroot at the moment. We've got beetroots in the garden that we've been harvesting. The only thing that I might not use is the goose. But even that, I'm thinking, oh, you could squeeze it into some baby layouts every now and again, perhaps. Or anything that's like Peter Rabbit. Yeah, I'll have to work on the goose. But all of these will get used a lot for me, which is why I succumbed to this paper pad as well, because every year I'm taking photos of the vegetable garden and the garden around our house. I take photos at different stages of the garden. So sometimes there will be photos of where it's really bare because my husband's taken everything out, cleared it all out, ready for the new season. And then other times it will be stages of growth throughout the year. Especially when there's things ready to harvest. We take a lot of photos of that. And often when I'm cooking with produce that's been grown in our backyard, I will take photos of that as well. So for me, I do quite a few layouts that are related to fresh produce and the garden. So let's have a look at the papers. Right, so the pad in itself for me is completely unusual. I've never seen a company that makes pads like this. So it's in a book format, which is different in itself. So it does have your normal cardboard, but the expectation is that you're opening it like a book, unlike most pads which are in this direction. So it's a bit strange just on that fact alone. As you can hear, it's quite heavy. It is good quality paper. The papers remind me of wallpapers. All their collections are always drawn back to the artist William Morris and his amazing wallpapers that he used to create. They have that same sort of feel to them. And I've always been a big William Morris fan. It's one of the artists that I teach about in my classes with my high school students, especially when we look at Art Deco period. Anyway, let's have a look at the papers. So here we go. Now it's quite awkward to show you everything on my desk, but the cover page, as you can see, is for fussy cutting. So it's really firm actually card. And you've got these lovely images that you can cut out. Look at, there's a rake, gardening fork, there's some scissors for when you're cutting things in the garden. Gorgeous, really lovely. So I guess from that point of view, it's quite worthwhile, the whole pad in itself, because you do get some fussy cutting embellishments that you can use. So you could just buy this and nothing else, and you'd still be able to create your layouts. So the first design is a floral design. I'm not sure what type of flowers they are. My husband would know, I'm sure, but I've got no idea. They're quite strange because the leaves look a bit like bamboo sort of type leaves. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out what they are. Anyway, it's very pretty. Could use it for anything, including like a wedding layout, anything floral, girly, very versatile. The papers themselves do have this sort of light sheen to it. It's very, very subtle though. It's not shiny and glossy. It is silky, almost like a velvety look to it. It's really quite unusual. Okay, and you get not one, but 4 of the same. 4, which means, of course, fantastic if you're a scrapper that likes to always do double page layouts, because you've got 2 layouts there if you want to use them as backgrounds. Okay, so let's have a look at the back design. I actually like the B side better than the A side. Here we go. It is the same flower, but with the dark green background. It's just glorious. This to me is beautiful. I prefer it to this one. And it's just because of the colour. I love greens, so this is more attractive to me. All right, next page. Some very cute little rubber boots with a bit of a flower embellishment. Quite nice. Very subtle. The colours are quite muted in this particular collection. They do make some collections where they use vibrant, bright colours, but this one is soft and muted. Nice dove grey happening in the background. And as I said, 4 pages for each design. We flip it over, and this time we have got tulips. And they are pink tulips, which is perfect at the moment. Our town actually has a flower and garden festival. It just finished yesterday. It runs for 3 weeks. And all through the town, there are tulips growing everywhere. It is beautiful. You walk down the street, there's boxes of tulips everywhere in all sorts of colours. Not this particular colour though. I haven't actually seen some soft salmon pink ones before. But who knows, they must be out there. Okay, and then we have gardening gloves. Could be used for anything, if any type of layout that involves gardening. And of course, the way that the design is, you could easily cut out some of these if you needed extra embellishments. The background is a really soft green. Might look grey to you, but it is a green. Next one is some grass. Now, one thing I noticed, it's the wrong way around. It's upside down, and I don't know why that is. Look, you need to really turn it around this way. Now it looks like lawn. There we go. The grass is growing the right way now. Could be used for anything. Park, sports, layouts. I don't know, picnic in the grass. Anything would work with that one. And then the next one is these beautiful strawberries. How is that? I love anything that has strawberries. I must admit, anytime I see any collection that has strawberries, I want to buy it. Now, this is the first paper in the collection that has the pearlescence on it. So if you look carefully, and I might actually bring the light around so that might help. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it does have these little glossy bits applied to the strawberries. It's very subtle. It's not, you know, so glossy that it looks gaudy. It's just on the strawberries. Really pretty. Once again, it's got a subtle grey at the background. Okay, next one is one of my favorites. Oh no, we better look at the background of this one. Here we go. Beautiful also. This one is apples and the most gorgeous blue background. So we've got lovely apple blossoms and apples on the branch. Beautiful. Could be used for lots of different things. Very generalized. Okay, next one. Carrots, one of my favorites. I love this. And I've got to say, this was a big draw card for me, the carrots. We always grow carrots almost every year. And we do grow all different coloured ones. And this has got this beautiful teal blue. I love anything that's got teal blue. Gorgeous. So that will be used a lot. Then there is this gorgeous teal blue, which is very fern-like. Now, I think it's supposed to sort of represent carrot tops, perhaps. That is what I'm thinking. But, you know, if you live in New Zealand, you might say, hey, that's like a fern. I could use that for a layout about New Zealand. Pretty generalized. Could use it for anything, really. Okay, let's see the next one. Oh, I love the next one too. Which is weird because it's beetroots. So we've got different types of beetroots. Even though this one to me is reading more like a turnip. And that maybe could even be a radish. I'm assuming they're different types of beetroots though. At the moment, we've got tons of beetroots in our garden. We've been having them for quite a few weeks now. Beetroot's one of those things you can keep in the ground for quite a long time and just slowly harvest them. They are fantastic with your roast veggies. That's the favourite way we like to have them, is to roast them. Gorgeous. When we get to that point where we have a glut, then I start making other things like beetroot chocolate cake. Delicious. Beetroot soup, not to everyone's taste, but I enjoy it, so I make it for me and I freeze it so into little containers, so I just pull it out when I feel like having some beetroot soup. Beautiful. Love this paper. Okay, the back of it is this very soft dabs of green paint, which really is just supposed to be like a general leaf sort of design. Could use it for matting photos. You could use it for anything, really. It's so generalized. It doesn't really identify as anything. And I'm only saying leaves because it's in this garden collection, but other people could read it as something completely different and not even recognize it as leaves. The next one is the other thing that we're harvesting at the moment at my house, peas. So this will definitely be used by me for some layouts about the vegetable garden. We've been harvesting peas for like 3 weeks now. Probably every second night we're eating peas. You can freeze them, of course, but we like to have them fresh and delicious, freshly steamed or just fresh in your salads. Fantastic. So a nice muted grey. It's a little bit of brown to this grey that I've got in here. On the back we have a beautiful ivy. Now ivy to me always reads weddings, and I don't know why, but I just see it could be used for wedding layouts as a background. It's so pretty. It's a different subtle grey, more elephant grey, whereas this one's got a little brown tone in it. Beautiful. Very easy paper to use for lots of different types of layouts. Then we have, what are they called? I've lost it. Snowbells. I forgot for a minute what it was. Snowbells. So another grey, but this one's got blue in it. So it's a bluey grey this time. Little snowbells. We have those growing in our garden as well at the moment. It's winter. It's ending of winter time here, about to go into spring. All the bulbs have started to flower early this year, so most of the bulbs are out. So we've got a whole range of different types of flowers that start from bulbs. Okay, here's one of my favorites. Beautiful. I love this. Look at these gorgeous chickens. Very cute chickens. I really love them. And I just love the colors in this dark navy with the green foliage. And I'm not sure if you can see, I might lift it up. There's this really subtle print through here of like wild grasses on the background as well. Gorgeous. Obviously, you can use it for any farm layouts that you have. You could fussy cut the chickens if you needed them for something. You could perhaps use it for even Easter, maybe. And it would be easy enough to cover up some of these geese. You could strategically put your photo so you didn't see the geese if that was an issue for you. All right, we're nearly done. Oh, I just realised I haven't been telling you which ones have got the pearlescence. So the peas have got pearlescent on some of the leaves and on some of the peas. So there's a slight little glaze on there in little sections. It's not in your face, glossy, tacky looking by any means. No glaze on the carrots, and as I said, the strawberries have got the pearlescence glaze. All right, next one, the last paper, oh no, second last paper, is nasturtiums. Also gorgeous. Look at this lovely navy in here, very dark navy here, subtler navy blue here. Nasturtiums, gorgeous. In Australia, I've actually never seen them in these tones, but I'm sure they exist or they wouldn't be in the book. We tend to have the really bright orange ones. So I'm not sure if this is an actual variety or if they've just really toned it down to go with the rest of the collection. But it's a gorgeous paper, and I like how it's got this happening. You could use a strip for the edge of your page. Would look quite nice. No glaze on this particular one. The back is daffodils or jonquils, which, as I said, at the moment, these are all through town, all through people who live here's gardens. We've got lots in our garden, so I'll definitely be doing a layout of photos of our ones and using this paper. we're back to sort of the elephant grey background. And I think we're down to the last paper. Oh yes, we are. Okay, the last paper is also flowers. I think these are called foxgloves, and these look like white poppies. I'm not sure. That looks like a little snowbell as well. But really subtle, really pretty. I love this one. It does have that pearlescent sheen to it. It looks beautiful in the light. Really does. Would be gorgeous for wedding photos. Really pretty. And then the back of it is this one, which also has a pearlescent shine to it across the whole paper. Very elegant. Imagine using that with, you know, ball gowns, ball photos, wedding photos. Beautiful. It's really pretty. And then right at the end, we have another fussy cutting page with chickens, quite big chickens, geese, strawberries, nasturtiums, apple blossom, the daffodils or jonquils, snowbells, gumboots, tulips, and this mystery flower. So plenty in here for you to make a whole ton of different layouts, and for me to make it for our collection Obsession series. I'm really looking forward to having a go using these papers. I will need to print out some photos and go and take some more photos of the garden, but it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you do tune in. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow the series, and do check out everyone else, all the other creators that are joining in as well. I will be listing them in the details of each video, and you'll be able to click on the link and take yourself off in the journey of the collection Obsession series. I'll see you then. Bye.